It's a very interesting time for new developments in opera, especially the small scale form, and Scotland and Scottish opera in particular have pioneered that particular developments. And for a while Michael and I had been wanting to write a one-act chamber type opera based on some kind of mythic theme, and specifically something from the Old Testament in the Bible. And so this piece is the story, one of the stories relating to Abraham and Sarah, and there are 5 singers in it and an orchestra of strings only, so there's no extra wind or percussion. So in many ways it's quite compact, and it's over and done within 50 minutes. The story of Clemency comes from a very strange episode in Genesis that many people have puzzled over. What's the significance of it? What's the meaning of it? It's basically when Abraham and Sarah, as old people, are visited by 3 strange figures, and it's not really sure, perhaps even the author of the story is not really sure who these people are, who these presences are. Are they angels? Are they some kind of divine figures? With the production, when it was in London and in Edinburgh this year, the production has been updated to make it almost a kind of contemporary tale, set in the present day, still possibly the Middle East or Eastern Europe or something. It's not quite clear where it is, but it's not necessarily presented as a biblical drama in the old Hollywood style. Sarah and Abraham are modern people, and they're visited by 3 strange but modern presences. And it turns out there's something of the terrorist about these 3. They're on their way to involve themselves in some kind of terrorist or paramilitary activity, but they're nevertheless still the bringer of this strange but delightful news. So we have something of the ancient and the modern in the piece, the ancient biblical tale, but also something of the resonance of the kind of things that people face today in parts of the world. I specifically didn't want to use a full orchestra. I wanted to use some kind of chamber group. And in Parthenogenesis, I had used a mixed ensemble. But there's something about a string group that gives a truly homogeneous sound, rather than little bits and pieces of this and that. There's a homogeneous unity about a string orchestra, and I've used strings in conjunction with voices before, and in particular in a piece called 7 Last Words, and I wanted to go back to that exploration of the sound. It sounds vocal and instrumental that can be sustained in some way, and the strings can sing as well, almost like the voices can.